Hello and welcome to the Self-Made Man on YouTube. My name is Jason Robert Ballard and I'd like to share my story with you. I'm not going to say that it was difficult because it wasn't, and I'm aware of how incredibly lucky I am. However, I won't say that it was easy either. It just was. The summer I turned 13 is when I created Jason. The internet was redeveloped and chat rooms were a big thing. I went into one as Anastasia, as my female self, and I think I stayed about 10 minutes before I got bored. A couple of weeks later I went back in, but this time I took on the name Jason instead, and I answered all the inquiries as male instead of female. That was the first time I had felt real. I opened up and I was free. I lost the rest of the day getting to know myself through interactions with others, and I would eventually lose the next 4 years of my life inside of that world. The more I became Jason, the more the life I had to live outside of the internet became frustrating and depressing. I had a turning point when my mom found out about what I'd been doing. She was upset because I was lying to people. She was confused because neither of us had even heard of the word transgender, and she was sad for me because I was so lost. But she wasn't surprised. She wasn't hurtful. She was on my side. A few days later, she had a stack of papers printed out at work from PFLAG. I guess she had Googled, "My daughter wants to be my son," and the internet provided her with the words to explain things: transgender, transition, female to male, normal, okay, relax. It was relieving to know that this was an actual thing that other people had gone through, but I still faced a lot of internal struggle. I didn't want to be associated with the word transsexual, transvestite, transgender, tranny. I didn't want to transition. I just wanted to wake up one morning and magically be a boy. It didn't take long to realize that that obviously was impossible, and if I was going to be Jason full-time, I was going to have to take steps toward it. My mom helped me tell my family. When I told my sister, she said, "I've always wanted a big brother, like Matt Camden from Seventh Heaven." My grandma and grandpa were funny. My grandma goes into where my grandpa's tying a fishing lure, and she says, "How would you like another grandson?" And he goes, "Oh man, who's pregnant now?" And she says, "No, I'm talking about Anastasia." And he goes, "What? She's pregnant?" And my grandma goes, "No, I mean she's going to be your grandson now." And he just goes back to tying his fishing lure, and was like, "Huh, well, all right." My younger cousin had been following me around for months with this confused look on her face, asking me whether I was a boy or a girl. And I kept saying I was a girl until I came out, and I was just waiting for her to ask one more time. Finally she did, and I got to say I was a boy. She smiled like she finally got the answer she was waiting for all this time and said, "I knew it." I actually messed up her perception on gender really good because she asked everyone from then on whether they were a boy or a girl. For my 18th birthday, my entire family got me new pronouns. I got birthday cards addressed to Jason, and son, and grandson, and nephew, and brother. I changed my name legally, and then by some stroke of luck, when they mailed me my new ID, it had an M on it instead of an F. And then my transition slammed on its brakes. I didn't know where to go from there, who to talk to, how to start hormones, how to afford surgery. I didn't know anyone trans, and I didn't have a community, any support, nothing. I went like this for quite some time. I didn't pass 100% of the time, so public bathrooms were completely obsolete. My name was legally changed, so it was hard to find jobs that saw my name and my girlish voice and petite face and hire me. Finally, a couple years later, I was informed about the LGBT health clinic in Philadelphia called the Mazzoni Center and that they could help me start hormones. I was ready, so I made an appointment. I spoke with a specialist named Melanie Santiago and I told her my story. She said, "Your story's boring. You've been a man this entire time. Let's start you on hormones." 2 weeks later, I made the trip back down to Pennsylvania, and they taught me how to inject myself safely. That was about 3.5 years ago now. I would say my primary care provider has really been a lifesaver. She's been 100% trans-friendly and knowledgeable. She got me in touch with a surgeon, and I got to have top surgery done October of 2010. After I recovered from that, I was really able to look back on everything I had done for myself over the past couple of years and be thankful. I stepped up and did what I had to survive. I don't know where I would be right now if I hadn't. My life now is dedicated to helping others get to where I am. Happy. Through the Self-Made Man, with the rest of the staff here, we provide a very necessary sense of community that wasn't available before. I've taken what I was given and what I was missing and created myself. I'm Jason Robert Ballard, and this is my story. Thank you for watching.